Hi everybody, Mr. Chris here again with an activity. This time I decided to gear it to the K-2 kids, but if I'm being entirely honest, this is a game I kind of like, so it really can go 3 to 6, and I hope that you do try it out because it is actually a lot of fun. So I had to make some modifications to this game. I didn't have all of the equipment I would typically use in the gym, which would be pool noodles. We often use pool noodles for tags or other games. I don't have a pool. I don't have access to pool noodles. If you do, great. And if you're not too attached to them, cutting them in half or into thirds would be a great way to play this game. If, however, you're like me and you do not have access to a pool noodle, I simply took the roll from paper towels. I had some paper towels left. I took it off, folded them up neatly on the counter, and I got the paper roll. So you'll need a roll and you will need a balloon. The objective of this activity is to work on children's hand-eye coordination. It can be modified in so many ways. It can be turned into really fun games that the kids can basically use to work on their ability to track a ball or an object, to make contact with that object, and so on and so forth. So it's the balloon game. So the first beginner, try it out. This would be great for K, 1, 2. Some kids will be more advanced, others might need a little bit more work, but it's just to hit the ball up in the air. So your objective is to see how many times you can hit the ball in the air without it hitting the ground. So as you get better at this, or as you find that you're already pretty good, you add a ball. So now it becomes more like juggling. And to be fair, even I have some difficulty with this. So you would try, balloons will crash into each other. Your objective should be to try to keep the balls up for as long as possible. As you can see, I'm not fantastic, but that should be your goal. Try to keep 2 balls up for as long as possible. You can count, keep track of your records, try to improve them on the next shot once the balloon finally does hit the ground. So you add a ball, you can even add 2, 3 balls. I think there are some kids that could definitely do that and would be very impressive. That would be for older kids, I think. But there are some kids that always or never cease to amaze me. Play with a parent or a sibling. So if you can get 2 of these rolls, or if you each have a pool noodle that you can use, hit it back and forth with the partner. Add that ball. See if you and your partner can keep up 2. See if you and your partner can keep up 3. Add a third person. You can play with your parents. You can play with your kids. You can play with your sisters, your brothers. This is a really fun game to see how long you can keep the balloon up without it hitting the ground. You can add a basket. So over here we have a basket. You can play against someone to try to score baskets using the balloon and your roll. You can use it together, try to get across the room, hitting it, alternating one after the other to try to get the balloon in here, see how many hits. You can do it by yourself, go across the room. You get it in the basket after 10 hits. The next time you go back, I'm going to try to get in the basket with 8 hits by going across the room. I'm going to go across the room and do it in 5 hits and try to get it in the basket. So you can use that kind of objective. You can use races. If you can get 2 baskets and 2 of these, you and your brother, or you and your mom and dad can, or you and your sister, can line up next to each other and say, first person to get across the room and get the balloon in the basket wins. So you can use these kinds of races. You can play tennis. If you want to use a couch, if you want to use a table, if you want to use a sheet that you can hang across, you can hit the ball back and forth and try to score points using mini tennis. So there's a lot of things you can use. I had already made this video previously, sat down and started watching it, and then thought of races across the room against someone. So there's different modifications to be done. The only limit is your imagination. So really, it's a fun game. Doesn't use much equipment. This equipment won't damage the person you're playing with, and it won't damage the house. So it's also great in those terms. So this is a fun game. Really, I said it's geared towards K-2, but I'm going to be completely honest. I play this with my daughter, and I think it's really fun. And it's a game that can go all the way up to 6 and much older. So I hope that's another activity that helps you out with a minimal amount. I'm lucky I had balloons. It's birthday month in my house. No birthday parties, unfortunately, but we had some balloons. Paper towels, I think everybody has. So hopefully these are 2 things you can get access to and you can enjoy this game. All right, until next time. Thanks. Bye.